Hello everyone, how are you doing? I hope that I find you all very well indeed, and a very, very warm welcome back to What's for Tea. Or if you're new, a very warm welcome to you also. This is What's for Tea and this is Meals of the Week. This is just the part of the week where I show you what I made for the family meals Monday to Sunday, which is today, and any recipes that I've done through the week will appear here as well. I think this week it was just the steak and onion pasties, so if you've missed that, I'll link that down below as well. So like I said, this is our family meals of the week. Started off on Monday all the way through till today, which is Sunday. So let's go and see what we had. So starting off on Monday, and we had steak pie. There was only 3 of us this night for tea, so we had mashed potato, some mashed turnip, and some steak and gravy with sausages, and that's the puff pastry there. This was lovely. This pie was actually in my shopping haul, so you'll have seen this already. Like I said, there were only 3 of us for tea, but this would have done 4 people, but we had a wee bit extra because obviously we're trying to use it up. But I highly recommend this if you see it when you're out and about. It was absolutely packed with beef, like you can see there. And I only managed about half of that, but it was lovely. Moving on to Tuesday, and I made chicken pesto pasta. So a very simple penny pasta with pesto sauce and chicken breast, with some parmesan on top and a wee bit of garlic bread on the side. And of course, I've got to have my chilli. That was lovely as well. The sauce I used was actually from my Degusta box. So that was the Zug sauce, and it was lovely. Everyone liked this. And moving on to Wednesday, we just did simple jacket potatoes. So I had a couple of jacket potatoes with butter. So I've got packs of these in the freezer, so I've got to use them up. A wee simple side salad, and our favourite filling, which is tuna mayo. And I like a wee bit of smoked paprika on mine, and a wee bit of olive oil on top of the salad. A simple one, but lovely. Moving on to Thursday, and I made a Katsu chicken curry, and there will be a recipe for this in the description box. So I just steamed some white rice, and that's a breaded chicken breast. And of course you've got to have the chips if you're having curry sauce. And I just made up a curry sauce with onions. And like I said, the recipe for this will be in the description box down below. It's lovely. Moving on to Friday, you'll have seen this already if you've watched my weekly recipe. So I had some mashed potato with those beautiful King Edward potatoes. And that's the steak and onion pasty. Some of us had baked beans. Now I just love vegetables and gravy if I'm having anything with pastry. So yeah, so a couple of us had some carrots and some gravy on the top. And guys, these were wonderful. And again, the recipe will be in the description box. Moving on to yesterday, and I made macaroni cheese. So this macaroni cheese had ham inside, and I'd done a lovely oat crunchy crumble top on the top, obviously, with some cauliflower. And moving on to today, and we just had pork chops. These were really nice as well, and again, you'll have seen these in my shopping haul, with some Brussels sprouts, and I made potato gratin with a wee potato croquette on the side. Again, this was really tasty. Not had chops for a while, but these were fab, just for a wee change. And these are just a handful of your comments from my videos during the week. Now, Jackie Morrison has said, a bridie for me and never a wee bridie, as you called it, Cheryl. Haha. Have a great weekend. Yeah, Jackie. These ones didn't actually, for those who don't know, wee is actually a Scottish word for small, W-E-E. But these ones turned out quite big, so maybe not so wee. Thanks for your comment, Jackie. Moving on to Mac McCaskill, he said, oh my deliciousness on a plate. Decisions of beans or veg and gravy. Well, like I said, Mac, if it's got pastry, I'm definitely a gravy and veg girl every time. Moving on to Katie Jones, do you think beef steak mince would work? Looks great. Now she's referring again to the pasties that I made. Now if I was using beef mince in these, I would definitely use very, very low fat, lean mince. Simply for the fact, you know, if you use a sort of cheaper, higher fat content mince, there's a chance it's going to have quite a lot of liquid or produce quite a lot of liquid when it's cooking in the oven, which might result, you know, in a very soggy pastry because you might get a lot of liquid, you know, seeping out. So I would say, yeah, I would give it a bash with mince, but certainly use a very lean mince. So yeah, thank you very much for your comment. And Sandra Mullen, who's wrote, looks delicious. I'll be honest though, I was a bit dubious about the raw meat going into the pastry and thought you'd have to cook it first, but it looked like it turned out really tasty. Do you know what, Sandra? I thought that as well, but I think if you cut the meat small enough, you'll be fine. And you've also got to remember there's quite a bit of suet in there, and suet is basically fat. So, as it melts in with the meat and the onions and it's in the oven for nearly an hour, the fat is obviously cooking the meat inside the pastry parcel. So it's all steaming away and cooking away, and it's on quite a low heat, for 40-45 minutes. It's on gas 4, which is very low, so it's got plenty of time to cook. And by the time mine's come out of the oven, they were absolutely beautiful. The meat was so tender. But like I said, if you're giving them a go, just make sure your meat is cut nice and small, not too chunky, and you shouldn't have a problem. So thank you very much for your comment. The next comment is from Monsieur Le Wop, and he's written, "Hi Cheryl, you've rapidly become one of my very favourite YouTubers. Lang may your lum reek." Well, thank you very much. I loved your comment. Now, for those of you who don't know what that means, it's a bit of a Scottish saying. Lang may your lum reek. Lang is basically a Scottish word for long, and may your lum would be your chimney, and reek would be your smoke. So it's basically another way of saying long may you continue. So that was lovely to see. So yeah, thank you very much for your comment, and thank you for enjoying the channel and your continued support. So yeah, thank you very much. The next comment is from our good friend Gary Boyd, and he wrote, "Scottish carrots, are they different from others, perhaps grown in oatmeal or watered with a dram of single malt?" So I did check the back of the packet. Actually, he's referring to the carrots from the shopping haul. I did check the back of the carrots, but there was no mention of oatmeal and no mention of whiskey, so I'm not actually sure what makes them Scottish. I think it's just because they're grown here. So thank you very much again, Gary, for your comment and lightening the mood in the comments section once again. Next comment is from YouTube Candy, and they've written, "I've just realised that you have a him tattoo." Now, I just thought I'd address this because there are so many of you actually ask about the tattoo that's on the inside of my right wrist. Now, it's basically a band that I used to absolutely love. I mean, I still do like them, but at one point, I really did like them. And they're actually a Finnish band. So I got that done about 10, 11 years ago. So yeah, they're right enough. It's a band. It's called Him, and that's what the tattoo is. It's just basically the logo that the band use, just for those of you who have asked and who are interested. So thank you very much for your comment. And the second to last comment is from Rosie O'Grady, and she's written, "Great haul, hope we get to see you make the winter vegetable soup, thumbs up." Well, you certainly will. I'm going to be doing that on Monday, so we're away to Arden again for a couple of days, so I'll pop that up either before we go or when I get back. But yeah, you'll certainly see that, Rosie, so hope you enjoy that when that happens. So thank you very much for your comment. And your last comment this week was from Sonia, and she's written, "I do love your shopping hauls. How was it? Hope it wasn't too scary." Well, it was okay. If you follow me on Instagram, and if you don't, pop over and give me a wee follow if you haven't done already, because I did mention it over there. I much preferred the original, but I do think Bill Skarsgård, the clown in the new movies, is a far scarier clown, but the movie overall I think was better the first time around. So yeah, still a good movie though, and well worth a watch. So thanks very much for your comments, Sonia. So now that's us came to the end of the comments for the week, and indeed the meals of the week. So thank you all very much for popping over again and checking out what's going on. It's much appreciated. So until I see you again during the week for another recipe, and I might put up another wee poll just to get your input, because I do like to know what you guys want to see next. So mind to take care of yourselves. From our house in Scotland to wherever you are in the world, lots of love, and bye for now. Bye now.